Kritical. Today, we're going to be reacting to the latest Marvel series that's coming out on Disney Plus called Invasion, starring Samuel L. Jackson. I might give you a Samuel L. Jackson story. The time I met Samuel Jackson ish. Alright? So I'll give y'all that at the end. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm kind of confused how this invasion is going to tie into the whole Kang Dynasty situation, the Marvel situation. So yeah, I'm interested to see what's going to happen, because in the comic book, the Secret Invasion, if I'm not mistaken, when the Skrulls invaded Earth, that was a big comic book to me. That was probably one of the biggest comic books, and I kind of felt like they cheapened it out. I felt like they could have carried that series on a lot longer. It could have been a lot more deaths that could have happened, but like strange things started happening, and it kind of took a weird turn. You had all of these sleeper cells out of nowhere. I get it, you know what I mean? They're sleeper cells, and they don't know that they think they're the heroes or whatever. But I felt they had a pretty good plan to make the heroes falter within, But hey, I guess they only had a time limit. They were like, we only have until this point to talk about the Secret Invasion. So let's see what this Secret Invasion is going to be about. All right, this is the latest trailer. Let's get it.
Fury, since you've been gone, things have gotten much worse. Why do you think I came back?
You're in no shape for this fight that lies before us, old friend.
This is personal.
Very few of us know about the wars fought in the shadows that have raged on this planet. Do you feel responsible?
Where are the Avengers? This war is one I have to fight alone. You're the most wanted man on the planet.
You don't know what they have planned for you.
The great Nick Fury. One last fight.
June 21st, okay. Alright. That looked pretty good. I mean, it's like a espionage sci-fi. I wonder if the leader, or the one that's the radical Skrull, I wonder if he's a super Skrull, because I don't recall them in the Captain Marvel movies reshaping her hand, and or they reshaping their hands going after Captain Marvel. I just don't recall. But yeah, that was pretty interesting. That looks like it's going to be pretty good. And he's like, I'm the one that, the reason why they're here in the first place. He gave them some type of immunity. You know what I mean? And they were on the planet. He's using them. So now they're attacking on the planet. So it's going to be interesting. It seems like there's going to be a civil war going on with the Skrulls, which is going to be interesting, which is going to drag Nick Fury in. So I guess I have time. Let me tell you about my Samuel Jackson story. All right, so let's see. Well, two of them. Samuel Jackson, I've seen him before, and him and what's the gentleman that plays Bubba Gump? I can't think of his name right now. McKelty Williams. I believe that's his name. Tell me if I'm right or wrong at the bottom. That's who plays Bubba Gump. If you saw Forrest Gump. All right, so yeah, so I've seen them where I've seen people getting married and they, you know, the people from the wedding, the bride and groom sees Samuel Jackson and they ask Samuel to get in the picture, the wedding picture. And he's coming back from golfing. You know, he got on his golf shirt, got his gloves in his hand. He like, oh, you know. So I don't know if he was just joking. You know what I mean? Like he really didn't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? And then you had McCulty Williams. He came running in. I want to get in the picture too. So it was funny. It was dope. It was dope. So the memory I have of Samuel Jackson in reality was pretty funny. Now, funny story. Now I used to work back in the day. I used to work at this hotel, and so I didn't know who I was getting. You know, it was like, hey, you know, Miss, you know, Jackson, you know, get her bags. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I get her bags, and she was saying, yeah, you know, my husband is on the Avengers set, and he's doing some work. He's doing some work on the Avengers or whatever. And I didn't think anything extra. I was just kind of like, oh, okay. I'm thinking like he's, you know, the cameraman, or you know, he's a key grip. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking he's an average Joe. You know what I mean? Like myself. You know, he could be a DP. You know, yeah. So I've done that job before, a DP job on Vampire Diaries. But anyway, so I'm thinking, you know, hey, you know, so I'm like, oh, okay. I said he works on the set. You know, he's the cameraman, or, you know, no, my husband Sam. I'm like, why is she talking to me like I know who her husband is? I was like, her husband Sam. Okay. I don't know. You know, I'm thinking to myself, should I say, lady? I don't know Sam. Miss Jackson. I don't know Sam. I probably would have hit me there, but it didn't dawn on me. So I was just like, your husband Sam. And I just looked at her like, am I supposed to know him? You know what I mean? Samuel. Now pause. I had a homeboy named Clean. So we were in college at Savannah State. Shout out to the Savannah State Tigers. You know what I mean? So we at SSU, and my homeboy is like, yeah. You know, my family's real good friends with the Jackson family. You know, Samuel Jackson. You know, they even gave me an invitation to come up there and visit. So I'm like, word? You know what I'm saying? Okay. But it was like, my homeboy, he's very trustworthy, but that's Samuel Jackson. Like, come on, man. Really? You know, Samuel Jackson. It is like, his word against, you know, like you know, Clean is a real cat. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna lie, but it's just so, the story is just so big for me for some reason back then when I was in college. I was just like, I believe him, but Samuel just said you could just come up and visit. You know, you could stay for a month, but you got to leave or something like that after a month. I'm like, damn, you know, that's pretty cool. Anyway, I wouldn't want to stay past 2 weeks. But, you know, because I feel like I'm imposing, you know, if it's not my, you know, siblings, you know, after a while I'll warm up to, you know, chilling with them if it's more than 2 weeks. But, yeah, so I'm like, you know, fast forward time, and I'm with Miss Jackson, and I'm like, so she's like, yeah, my husband Samuel, and I'm just like, oh, so you know Clean then. But I said his real name, though, you know what I mean? And she kind of looked at me, was like, Clean. Thought about the first and last name. She said, wait a minute, I know Clean. I was like, oh shit, that's what's up. And you know, she was real cool, man. We had a good conversation. You know what I'm saying? We were talking about, you know, shout out to you too, Clean. You know, I'm talking about you. I can't even give you a shout out. But yeah, you know, talking about his family and, you know, and just, you know, how I met Clean and we went to school. You know what I'm saying? So it was real cool, man. So shout out, you know, I don't know if the Jacksons will ever hear this, you know, Samuel or his wife, Miss Jackson, LaTanya Richardson Jackson, you know, so shout out to you. and she was a good person. It was nice, if I talking with her and just getting to know her. Very very down to earth, very down to earth. She was doing some great things in Atlanta, so shout out to Miss Jackson. Shout out Miss Jackson. Ooh. So that is it for Critical's Blues Reviews. I'm your host Critical, and that is it. And please comment, like, subscribe right over here, and let me know what you think. Let me know how you feel about this trailer. Let me know if I should tell more stories. You know what I'm saying? If I should keep my stories to myself. You know what I mean? I might be just wasting space for no reason. But yeah, so that is it for Critical's Blue Reviews. Like, subscribe, tell me what you think, tell me what's going on with you, and that is it. And y'all stay safe, alright?